Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to Evolution of Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Louis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
And I'm Jay, the heel kid of Pro Wrestling.
And this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Welcome, fans. Welcome back to our regular scheduled program. Thank you. We have an amazing show for you tonight. As always, controversial, shocking, and anything you can think of. Good, the bad, and the ugly. So, Jaden, apparently there's a lot of news going on. There's a lot of shit going on in professional wrestling with The Rock, with Cody Rhodes, with Roman Reigns, with AEW, with
everything.
Pretty much everything. Everything. New Japan. Like, so much is going on in professional wrestling that apparently there's been some additional tactics by the WWE in the timing of the contract of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre still hasn't signed a contract with the WWE yet. What's taking him so long? In your opinion, what's happening here?
I mean, he could probably be trying to debate where he's gonna go next. He could be trying to debate whether or not he wants to stay in the WWE or if he wants to go somewhere different, like AEW, for example. Personally, I feel like he should stay inside the WWE, but that's for money.
That's the question, though. Can AEW turn a Drew McIntyre into a contender, or would he be somewhere better like TNA maybe or Japan? Float your wings, go to New Japan Pro Wrestling, like shit.
Get some experience,
get some more experience, and come back a third time, like shit.
Exactly.
Even better, because they just like the same thing with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, he came back at one point, left, and he came back again, and now look at him. The man is the top, one of the top, if not the top face in professional wrestling right now, in my opinion.
And I agree. I don't think he is. I know he's the top face in wrestling right now, and you said that's because of all the experience that he's been building up. So,
well, let's hope it stays that way, because as of now, it seems that Drew has gotten his character up there somewhat, but to me, I still want to see more demeanor, more anger.
Just turn him to a heel.
No, he is a heel.
Oh, he
is a heel. But what I'm saying is, I want to see more out of it. I want to see him talk about, like really aggressive, like kick the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be interesting to see. But you know what else is interesting?
It takes time.
That we found out that Shotzi sustained a knee injury in her NXT TV tapings. Which sucks. Dave Bitter, welcome, brother, welcome. We thank you for joining us on Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Shotzi definitely, she got hurt while performing against Lara Vikra for the NXT Women's Championship, and it didn't go out as expected. So they pretty much, she severely hurt herself. Her knee injury is severe, so they are playing it by ear with this injury that they're having with Shotzi right now.
Yep.
So we're hoping for a speedy recovery from her,
and recovery, because she was really good talent, and you hate to see good talent get injured.
Definitely.
Way, so.
And she just came back too.
Right.
She just came back from injury. Yep. It sucks even more. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like fans, we want to tell you that the way professional wrestling is going right now, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving every moment of it. I'm loving the fact that The Rock, they're getting more edgier now that they with TKO. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
It's
that's what I'm saying. I'm loving this new WWE right now. It's
absolutely.
Definitely getting more edgier than what it used to be, I can't really say what it used to be. It's kind of getting edgy in its own way, basically. And like you said, I'm loving the way the WWE is playing out right now. So,
well, let's see. Let's continue to let it. Hey, yo, what's up, brother? How's it going? Go P! What's going on, brother? James, what's going on, man? Welcome, everybody. So yes, thank you for joining us, fans. As we mentioned, tonight's show, we're going to bring you wrestling's top news along with our topic of the night, which we will announce shortly. But yeah, a lot has been going on in professional wrestling. Like WCW, like this is sad right now. Former WCW star Steve McMichael, which to many of you guys knew in football, Mongo McMichael, he's been hospitalized. He is in severely ill. You know, he has a disease and he is like at his last stages.
Yep.
He did a lot for the football team, and our prayers go out to him, to his family from Evolution of Pro Wrestling family.
Yep.
Jaden.
Dad.
Elimination Chamber is coming up.
Yep.
There's already been, I'd say, maybe 3 qualifiers. I know Bailey, Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch have all qualified.
They have.
Who do you think is going to win to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title?
I want to see Bianca Belair win. Like, that's
really?
person I want to see that happen. I want to see Bianca Belair win, and I want to. Is she heel?
Bianca?
Yeah.
No, she's not heel.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Bianca win and turn into a. I want to see her lose and turn into a heel. That would be the perfect way to set up her heel turn.
I got two comments here. I got from James says Mania is going to be a fresh start for the roster, new direction, new attitude era, ruthless aggression era is coming. Yes, you're absolutely right. Steve McMichael, great football player but horrible wrestler. I honestly, no disrespect intended to the man. I honestly agree because he couldn't wrestle for shit.
Yeah, he couldn't.
For shit.
Yeah.
Go pee! Welcome, brother. Welcome, everybody. To Evolution of Pro Wrestling, we're talking about wrestling's top news. A lot of stuff has been happening in professional wrestling. People getting hurt. People, unfortunately, a lot of things changed because apparently there was backstage talk that when The Rock came out to,
I feel like I gotta sneeze.
So sneeze.
I can't.
Achoo. when Chamber at 1:30 on the West Coast, not watching at time. What it is. Hey, I'll watch it when it comes out.
I'll
watch the replay tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Also, this is some breaking news we received today. Becky and Seth are gonna take some time off. Good, they need it.
I did not know that.
We found out about this today. Jeff Hardy suffered a broken nose, a massive concussion.
I seen
in the Rampage tapings for February 16th, and I saw the video.
Yep,
that shit was hard.
That looked like it hurt. I'm about to say, if you got up without having a broken nose,
that was
Jeff Hardy's really gone.
No, that was
That looked painful just by looking at it. I was like, I know for sure that had to hurt because you just got smacked in the nose with.
Well, here's a brighter side. Here's a brighter side to AEW's madness. AEW Dynamite viewership for Valentine's Day actually saw an increase to a previous week. Sammy Guevara has hurt Jeff 2 other times as well.
Oh, they gotta get rid of that, man.
No, so listen. You got to teach people how to fight in the ring. Sammy Guevara looks like he's great talent. Seth's contract till June, waiting to see if he resigns. Hope he does.
I think he will, but like you guys said, he might just take a little bit of time off. Like he might just take it easy for a little bit, which means if his contract ends in June, he's probably definitely going to lose the title before that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Definitely going to lose the title before that.
The top guy right now for winning the world title is going to be Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
that's an obvious.
I want him to win the world title. I mean, I want him to win the world title. Like that's just me.
Like he needs that push. Like give him that push. At least one push. Sammy is a circus act. Why though? Why is Sammy a circus act?
I mean,
tell me, because I like this character. Off and on, I like this character.
This is from what I heard. I've heard that Jeff Hardy is not the only person that he's injured inside that wrestling business. So,
well, it's.
I mean, come on now, because you said the same thing about Nia Jax, how she needed to go because she was injured.
No, but see, okay.
He's the same exact way. He's injuring everybody. If they really wanted to give him training like they should have, they would have already, and he's not doing it. So I don't know. I don't really know the guy like that, but by the way I've heard him, he's a very injury type person. He's really sloppy in the ring. Sammy is all about spots. Okay, he's one of those. McMichael, he was in the movie First Predator, 48 Hours. Do you know that movie?
Yeah, I remember that. No, that wasn't McMichael. That definitely wasn't McMichael. That was someone else. I know exactly who you're talking about.
He injured both the Hardys. Wow, he injured both the Hardys. Oh, he must have something against the Hardys or something. Because how do you injure both of them? Like they definitely got something against the Hardys. Because what? That's insane.
It sucks that when you work with somebody in the ring, you need to be able to trust the guy you're with.
Yeah,
that's the cardinal rule in professional wrestling. You need to trust the person you are working with. And if you can't do that, you don't want to face anybody.
Right.
And CM Punk, and that brings me to CM Punk. CM Punk had that problem with Ryback when Ryback was wrestling him. Yeah. Ryback was too fucking.
He was too stiff in the ring.
Too stiff in the ring. Oh, I'm sorry. I said fuck. I'm so sorry. Why? Because we are MA, mature audiences only. Viewers, be advised. Bro. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Jesse the Body Ventura was in the Predator. Yes, he was. And they say he, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sammy is AEW's Nia Jax. I agree.
Huh?
As he said, Sammy is AEW's Nia Jax. I agree.
But no, it's a good time to be a fan. I'm liking it. Is. I'm loving the way professional wrestling is going. That shit with Cody Rhodes and The Rock, that shit had me fucking crying. I'm like, yo, like Cody said, he said, talk shit about my family again. I'm a bust you. Mutual audience.
That was hilarious. That was probably
mature audiences.
That probably was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a long time from wrestling.
Ryback thought he was bigger star than he really was. Ryback was.
I'm not gonna lie. He had.
Okay, we got a question from Kevin Laura. He says, since Roman Reigns fighting Cody Rhodes, you think The Rock will wrestle Triple H, keep WrestleMania alive? No.
Triple H, unfortunately, can't.
He can't.
He literally, like, even if he wanted to, he physically cannot wrestle.
Yeah, no, like, because he had
to lace up his boots and everything.
He has a pacemaker in his heart because he was going through heart failure. So he can never wrestle again. Yeah, he had to retire.
I'm about to say he actually had to retire.
But they are talking about a possible tag team match for night one. The Rock versus The Rock and Roman versus Seth Rollins.
What makes
and
you
Cody
say
Rhodes.
that, James? I'm intrigued by that. Rock versus Orton.
Interesting.
I wanna know your reasoning behind that. Rock versus Orton. Give me a little rundown of what you think about that.
Yes, and when you give us a rundown, please feel free to follow us, like, share, and comment all over social media. Share our product all over the place.
All over the place.
All over the place. Bring everybody in. Let's talk about professional wrestling's top news and our topic of the night, which we would just mention. Triple H, the history of Triple H is going to be talked about tonight, from his night at the beginning in WCW, going into the WWE, to the curtain call, to becoming the Game, then the Cerebral Assassin, and then a Hall of Famer, and then the COO of WWE. Woo!
Jesus Christ.
So, Jaden, tell me, sir.
Tell you.
TNA. How do you think that promotion is going on now? Now that Scott D'Amore is no longer in TNA. Do you think it was the right decision for them to fire him?
I feel like it could go both ways. It all just depends on. It's like unknown, basically, like how WWE and AEW is. Like, it's also unknown because it's not always just the people. It's not always just the creative team or the directive team or the COOs.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just gotta read this clip before I let it go. James, answer your question. This is James' answer to your question. James says to build up the storyline with The Rock and Triple H. Then Orton hits The Rock with the RKO out of nowhere, and Triple H tells The Rock, "There's your always a plan B." Don't you ever hear him say, "There's always a plan B"? And boom.
That's a good idea.
That's not a thing.
I like it.
I like that. That's very good.
James,
I like that.
Why didn't they hire you to be a booker?
Oh man, that's really good. I like that shit.
Give James.
Good shit.
Give James the booker job in WWE.
Yeah, man. Bruh, we got a long night, man. We got a long night.
Let's go with you on this bruh word.
I get it from you guys.
Do you think you hip now?
I get it from you guys, right? Hit his little shit, nigga.
You think you hip now?
Mama.
You think he hip now?
Mama.
The encyclopedia finally.
That's right. I'm the encyclopedia, my man.
The encyclopedia finally got out of his dictionary.
Anyway, Dave says TNA wrestlers sent the message to Anthem, the parent company, and they are not too happy about it.
They're not happy. I heard that too. They're not happy about it. That's what I'm saying.
True. Why would you fire a man after you brought him back?
Yeah.
After you brought back TNA.
That's why I said it can go either way, but I feel like it's taking.
We go back to the old school booking. Of course, that's old school booking. That's what you do. Old school booking is the best way.
I'm about to say you book in the old school way, but you keep it present.
Listen, let me tell you something. I've been watching wrestling so much lately. I was actually watching Monday Night Raw a couple of days ago, like back to back. I was watching all the Austin eras when he came back and he was on the Titantron. He said, "You dumb son of a bitch, I'm going to WrestleMania." And Shawn Michaels is telling him, you forfeited the Royal Rumble entry, the win, so it goes to the runner-up, which at the time was Stone Cold Steve Austin, the 1999 Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Which back then was awesome TV because the storylines were amazing.
Oh yeah, of course,
amazing.
No doubt. Yeah.
Like especially, I to this day is my favorite match. In the Attitude Era, The Rock versus Mankind in empty arena match.
We were literally just watching that a couple of days ago.
That shit was awesome. So awesome. But TNA definitely made a big mistake by letting this man go.
I'm about to say, that's why I said,
was stupid.
That's why I said it
really
could have taken both routes, but it seems like TNA is taking the negative route going on because not only were people not happy about it, but like you said, they brung him back just to fire him again. What was the point of bringing him back if you were just gonna kick him off the sidelines again?
No, that was ridiculous.
That made no sense. Yeah, that made absolutely zero sense.
No. Why do something like that? And that's just bad business. That's bad business.
That's really bad business.
I have one more question before we get into our topic. Where do you guys foresee Carmelo Hayes now that he's a heel? Because I'm interested in this young man now that he has turned heel.
I think he got potential as a heel. I mean, I can't really say where he's gonna go. Maybe like down the lines, like they'll start building him.
Ryan, what's up, brother, mama?
They'll start building him up for a title, not the main title, obviously, but just to get his heel credit up. But I see good things for him, like especially like you said, since he's a bad guy now, so. I see good things for him.
So here's what we hear from James Sargent. He said Anthem didn't want to spend the money on free agents. DeMora wanted to grow the company, which he should. Which he was right.
That's an even.
You come on.
That's
Hayes needs to join Lashley. Hey,
that's an even bigger move.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
A bad move.
That would not be a bad idea.
Jesus.
Listen, I'm liking Carmelo Hayes how he is right now. Elimination Chamber is coming. What's your opinion about it? It's going to be a good wrestler to join the main. No, absolutely. It's Elimination Chamber is going to prove what's going to happen if The Rock is going to compete at Elimination Chamber. Is there going to be a tag team match at Mania?
I don't think he's going to compete at Mania. Not Mania, Elimination Chamber. I think he's definitely going to have something to do with Elimination Chamber.
I agree with that right there. Future U.S. champion after Logan Paul's used that champion.
I agree, yeah.
Brick City Entertainment, what's going on, brother? Welcome to our show. Evolution of Pro Wrestling is bringing you wrestling's top news. AEW, New Japan, WWE, everything, and so much more, along with our topic of the night, the history of Triple H, with everything going on with WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, with the merger of TKO, WWE, and The Rock coming in as part of the board of directors. Supposedly this Roman Reigns fight, all hell broke loose. We're going to discuss all that, all along with his history from WCW, leading to his debut in WWE, leading to him. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We appreciate you. Leading up to his transformation of the Curtain Call first, then the Game, Cerebral Assassin, then to the COO and Hall of Famer of the WWE. So, Jaden,
Dad,
with an introduction like that, there's only one thing we can say. Allow us to introduce our topic of the night.
Yep. The history of Triple H, the history of the Game, the Mr. Pedigree himself.
Time to play the game.
Exactly. The Cerebral Assassin, and at least to me, one of the greatest heels and faces to ever touch the face of the company.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's just me. Both face and heel.
Absolutely.
Both of them. He played both extremely, extremely well, man.
I want Priest to cash that in when Drew McIntyre wins that title.
Do you?
I do. I sure do.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I like the feud they have it right now.
Okay, understandable.
Time to play the game. Does Jay beat Gunther for the title?
I don't think so. Not yet. I feel like he's still
non-Stradamus?
Non-Stradamus.
The hell?
That's a big word.
Triple H took the heat from the MSG Curtain Call. Yes, we are going to get into that. We are going to get into that as we go along.
We are, yeah.
But Jaden, when you hear Triple H, What's the first thing that comes to mind with you?
Time to play the game.
How many bottles of water you been throwing?
Yeah, no, seriously though, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But seriously, like in terms of terrorizing.
Well, in
terms of like, but in terms of his
terrorizing,
talent,
exactly, terrorizing. Yeah. That was his WCW name. Well, let's go back to the beginning. He started in 1990, early 1990. He was wrestling and practicing, trained by Killer Kowalski, the legend Killer Kowalski.
Fun fact, he was also a bodybuilder.
Oh, yeah.
He was he won a bodybuilding contest after he graduated. So
yes.
Triple H came into the business being
blue blood. He was a blue blood. Also, that shit's Hunter Hearst Helmsley. You know, like
that was ridiculous.
And then the face he put like
he was like,
that was ridiculous. And then James Sargent said Triple H drugging Stephanie and marrying her was great. No, it was awesome because it was a ploy all along. When that moment she turned heel and joined the McMahon Helmsley era, which was
I'm not gonna lie. I really had no idea that Hunter was not his real name.
No, well now you know. Paul
I know
Levesque.
Paul. Yeah, I know his name is Paul, but I thought all this time his real name was Hunter. I'm dead serious.
No, listen. This whole time Triple H started in 1990 with Killer Kowalski.
Yep.
He was he defeated Mad Dog Richard to win the IWF Heavyweight Championship. At the time, he won several titles, and then eventually in 1994 he found himself in the WCW. Big on top, skinny legs. Him and Bobby Eaton and William Regal.
Yeah,
exactly.
They did have a tag team. They had a
WCW.
It was a very short tag
with
team.
With Lawson and Regal, he had beef with Alex Wright.
Yeah.
He's fought many guys.
I'm about to say, but that also caught Vince McMahon's attention.
Yeah,
as well.
Because he was still stocky. He said Triple H versus The Rock or Triple H versus Austin. What was better?
I like Triple H versus Austin better, especially the 3 stages of hell match that they had. Oh,
that rivalry!
I think that was a vengeance. That was a vengeance. The 3 stages of hell match that they had when he had long hair. Oh, that was his prime.
Listen, when I saw the promo when Vince McMahon came out and to Triple H's face when Stone Cold got arrested. I thought Jim Ross was gonna have a heart attack because you hear Stone Cold's music, the crowd goes fucking nuts. And then you see Jim Ross, Cold. He winning. He said he's kicking Triple H's ass tonight. I'm like, oh Lord Almighty!
Oh my God!
Like he was selling it like crazy, but it caught your attention because of the action, the way Triple H sold that shit, like. How much of a seller was Triple H at that time?
Oh, Triple H was a great... If Triple H needed to get it done, he would get it done. Triple H was the definition of he's doing it for the business. Triple H...
he's always been about business.
He's always been about... No. I don't mean like it's always been about business. I'm talking about... There's a difference between doing it for the money and doing it for the business. And he was... Like you said, he was doing it for the business.
No, Brian. Let me tell you something. I absolutely agree with you. Brian says, selfishly, I'd love to see him have one more match versus Reigns.
Me too.
Believe me, I would have loved to see it. Because if all this shit would have happened and he was healthy, I guarantee you, he would have got it over.
That would have happened for sure. Oh, yeah. Without doubt.
Remember when he had Sable in the beginning of the... Exactly, when he was a blue blood.
He was a blue blood.
Like, I'm like, come on, man.
I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. That was
no, it was definitely funny.
It was hilarious.
Like,
that's something I was watching it a little while ago, like earlier today. I couldn't even take it serious. I sat there and laughed the whole time. I was like, this was Triple H for real.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you think he did not succeed in WCW? And I want your honest,
I think it was because
answer.
Of his character.
What character? He was terrorizing.
He was
terrorizing.
Yeah, no, that's not something that fits him. Who's gonna take the likes of somebody walking around terrorizing? You come on now. You sound like you don't even speak English at that point. You sound like a caveman.
Okay, I'm gonna answer a question right now from Kevin. He says, "Do you think Cody Rhodes will finish his story?" I absolutely
think
he will.
Soon.
I think he will. But at Mania he finishes it.
I think so too.
I think at Mania he finishes it, but either Priest cashes it in or something happens.
I don't think Priest is gonna cash it in.
Bradley says him versus Warrior almost killed his career. Of course, because the way Warrior
I just didn't really like his character. It was just like
exactly. Triple H was in the first ever triple threat match in the WWF.
Terrorizing wasn't just like it was something that I didn't see Triple H as. Like even though like the way you see Triple H now, you know, the game, the cerebral assassin, that kind of character. I can't see him walking around like this big buff Superhuman Hulk.
I remember that match.
I
remember that match when Hulk Hogan and Triple H. For Triple H to lie down for Hulk Hogan.
Didn't Hulk? That was for the
that was
title?
for the title. That was for the title. Yep. But in WCW, in my opinion, I don't think he just wasn't. In WCW back then, it was more wrestling. It wasn't the powerhouse because you had Ric Flair, you had Arn Anderson, JJ Dillon.
You had more of the technical wrestlers.
Harley Race. Yeah, you had Sting, you had Abdullah the Butcher and shit like that. But
I mean, but still, like you said, even they weren't known, but that was due to them being in companies before then already. Like the guys now, or the guys in WCW back then, they were more technical wrestlers, and that's what everybody liked to see in WCW.
All right, so in 1995.
That's why it didn't fit like Austin and I agree. That's why Austin didn't fit in WCW.
No, but that's the thing. Austin would have been able to fit in for in WCW. Why? Because the way he was stunning Steve Austin at the time. Welcome everybody that's coming in. The topic of the night is the history of Triple H. We are talking about his entire career to retirement to Hall of Fame. Terrorizing and Damian Sexton were never gonna go anywhere. No. When he came to WWE in 1995, hello, my lovely wife and producer just passed by. She's always very supportive. Thank you, honey. Love you. With 1995 to 1997, he came again as the Blue Blood. He came, like waving you like you're shit, like you're a fart, like go away, And he lost the free for all. He did a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and his career was going someplace. Don't get it twisted. He started getting into motion until one fateful day in May 19th.
Faithful night.
May 19th. I believe it was May 19th, 1996.
I'm pretty sure. I think I know what you're talking about.
May 19th, 1996. Mm-hmm. There was a curtain call.
Oh, yeah.
A curtain call that changed professional wrestling forever. He was great until Hogan came in, honestly.
It wasn't even the thing. It wasn't even the fact that it changed.
Evolution and DX made Triple H. Well, I would have to say Triple H made Evolution and DX.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Because remember, Evolution added Batista, Randy Orton,
I'm about to
and
say
Ric Flair.
at first it was
now DX. Shawn Michaels made DX, but Triple H transcended DX to a whole new level.
There would be no DX without Triple H.
No.
There would be no... Now, of course, the group would still exist, but it wouldn't be like... Everybody wouldn't remember DX if it wasn't for Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Nope. So absolutely not.
Definitely.
I
wouldn't, like you said, I wouldn't say like he made... I wouldn't say he like... They made Evolution and DX didn't make him. However, they definitely did have a boost to his career.
Absolutely.
Definitely did.
Absolutely. Listen, putting him with Shawn Michaels was the best thing they could have ever did.
Triple H saved Ric Flair's career. But at that time, I agree. I felt like they didn't have anything much to do with Ric Flair, so they put him in Evolution.
Okay, Triple H made Triple H, buddy. He was already known prior to those groups. You're right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Triple H was already the cerebral assassin. He was the game already, kicking the shit out of everybody with beating Stone Cold, beating The Undertaker, beating The Rock, like,
beating everybody.
Shawn Michaels.
I'm about to say, wait a minute. This was also around the time where was this before or after his injury? Because remember, he tore his AC.
He tore his quad.
Sorry, that was ACL. His quad. Yes,
this was before.
This was before.
And then once he came back is when he made Evolution, and it was exactly. He said Triple H is top 5 heel for me. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the real Triple H. What?
Hollywood Hogan, the real Triple H?
No, I don't think so. Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan. Hollywood Hulk Hogan is Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Triple H is Triple H.
Triple H,
the game, the cerebral assassin.
Triple H is a top 5, one of my top 5 wrestlers for me. Like he's not even a top 5 heel.
Absolutely,
he's in my top 5 list of greatest wrestlers of all time.
Listen, Triple H, what he did with Shawn Michaels in that night. He paid a heavy penalty because he was supposed to win the King of the Ring.
Yep.
He was supposed to win King of the Ring in that time in 1997, and it was screwed over. because of what he did.
It wasn't really. Yeah, they scrapped it.
They scrapped it. They punished him,
and then
for
I'm about
a
to say
while.
they punished him by beating. He also got.
He
beat
was
by
losing by everybody.
He got beat by a newbie too, like somebody that was new to the business.
Beating him. Everybody, and it sucked.
He paid a hefty price.
Yeah, because Kevin Nash was gone, Scott Hall was gone, Shawn was champion, so he was untouchable at the time. So they couldn't do shit.
Yep. So the only one to pay for
Vince wanted Triple H to quit. Exactly. Yep. But Triple H never did. He kept going. He kept going.
I'm so glad he did.
And when he did, this man made an explosion like no other.
Listen, this is the way I put it. A minor setback for a major comeback. That's what he had.
Of course.
That's exactly what he had.
Okay, so that started in 1997. 1997, he was supposed to finally defeated Mankind in 1997 for the King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
After that, that's when China started going with him, hanging with him. He had the rivalry with Mick Foley and a point Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack.
He took shit. I remember that Tombstone. He took in the escalator.
Tombstone. He took in the escalator. Oh my God! Didn't his hair
No.
His hair was all messed up in the escalator.
And with that, it's with Triple H when he brought in China, and then you bring in Shawn Michaels, and then you're bringing in Rick Rude. They got in trouble. That the DX was formed.
Yeah.
So they were called D-Generation X because of a promo by Bret Hart. So there was a time that USA sent a letter to Vince McMahon because of the shit they were doing. They were doing the crotch and shit and showing their asses and all that shit. They took their letter and did it as a president of the United States thing in the back and said everything they said in that letter. And next thing he said we will have less words of shit, fuck, bullshit, stuff like that. Right? All those curses. And then he said, "Watch your fucking mouth." And he said, "Oh shit," you remember that, right? So,
oh man,
it came to that USA called Vince McMahon and said that shit was amazing, bro. All bets were off after that.
It's crazy because
all bets were off with DX because
they were complaining.
Yo, what's going on at Cafe?
They were complaining at first because of what they were doing, and they made a whole joke about it. That is pure gold.
Everybody was complaining about it.
That is gold, man.
And then from between 1997 and 19. For those joining in, thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you. Tonight, the topic of the night is the history of Triple H, Paul Levesque. We are talking about this top start from everywhere to his beginning in WCW, from his career in the curtain call, all the punishment he got, to the DX Nation, to him recreating DX, to the Cerebral Assassin, the game, Triple H, Evolution, all over, and then to his final WrestleMania matches, certain favorite matches, and then his retirement and becoming a Hall of Famer and the COO of WWE. So he said the promo about China's boobs was funny. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was just watching that a couple of days ago too.
That shit was hilarious.
Oh, Jesus, that had me in tears.
He knew what to do for the business.
Literal tears.
He said, "Oh, cool. Yeah, you like Triple H. He likes that." Yep, that's definitely a topic we gonna have here. So Bradley says once he changed his gear, his attitude changed, and he joined the corporation to push him to the next level. That's right.
That was the day.
Oh man, when they dressed as the Nation, that shit was funny.
Dressed as
he said, "Well, the Croc went into the bathroom, and he couldn't smell what the Rock was cooking." And then he saw Road Dogg say, "What the brother's baking? What the brother's baking?" He said, "Wow, we need more than an hour for this egg. Let's just keep going." With Triple H, he came out. He joined DX, and it was between 1997 and 1999. At that time, he said, "How about the skit he did with HBK?" He said, "Dad, I just dance." He said, "Son, you mildly retarded." I'm like, seriously, I'm sorry.
I'm dancing, Dad. I'm dancing. Stop it.
Oh man. Oh shit.
I'm gonna go watch that after this is over.
X-Pac was hilarious as a Mark Henry too. Exactly.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh man, no, it was
DX made the Attitude Era so much better.
That shit was so
They were the pure
funny.
gold and comedy.
Remember when they brought in Owen Hart? Oh, I'm not a Nuggets. I remember that. I remember that he was able to do voices, and he made for the Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels. I'm like, oh
yeah,
shit.
and then I remember when they tweaked Vince McMahon's mic every time he was trying to talk.
Shit.
You people think this is funny?
No. And he said, therefore, so I sound like Darth Vader. Damn it! Immobilize my mind. So those were the days. But let's not skip ahead. 1997 to 1999. They brought in the New Age Outlaws because Shawn Michaels at that time, he was already done.
Yep.
In 1998, he hurt his back.
He did.
He pretty much, his career was ended at the time.
He retired.
And Triple H took over.
Yep.
But Triple H took over and made it. Vince loves cocks.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Don't ban me, no.
Don't ban me.
No, we put it. Viewer discretion is advised. Please be advised, guys. We apologize.
Oh man.
That shit was funny,
Don't
man.
ban me.
Holy shit. No, but the moments with Vince McMahon.
God.
Listen, we go on DX. Let's go full DX. The moments with Vince McMahon and DX. It was so funny. He said, "I'm not a nugget. I'm a black heart. Damn it, woo!"
Or that time where Shawn Michaels was kicking everybody in the.
Oh shit!
I just kicked Stan.
See, nobody tells me I don't know about controversy. You know, Stan was Sean Spears, right?
Yeah, Sean Spears.
That shit was funny.
Triple H was also laughing too. That wasn't a part of the.
Now remember, before DX, Shawn Michaels and Triple H had a lengthy rivalry going.
They did?
A really, really sick rivalry that it came to a point of a last man standing match.
I'm pretty sure those two fought at SummerSlam before.
Yeah.
Too.
They had some
that was a bloody
matches.
match. I seen that one.
Brutal matches.
They had that was a bloody match. Those
when
two
this is when Shawn Michaels made his return.
That
because
was
he said, actually
that was the first match he had.
He turned himself over to God, which, hey, that's great.
Yeah.
God bless you, brother.
Exactly.
And he said, okay. He said, I always love his My Time thing. Yeah, I like that one too. It's my time. My time. Shawn Michaels had came to religion.
Yep.
And apparently he was healed. He said he was ready.
First time
back.
2002,
he said he was ready. He was ready to go. But he only trusted one person. That was Triple H.
Yep.
That was Triple H. Yeah, it was awesome. That match was awesome.
Yeah, SummerSlam 2022 was awesome. I think it was like I forgot what match it was. I think like an extreme.
It was an extreme. It was extreme ladders, tables, all that shit. Created magic in the ring.
They created magic.
Did.
Even if it didn't matter if it was them going against each other or them with each other.
When they had that triple threat match with him, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and yes, I'm gonna say Chris Benoit at WrestleMania.
Yep.
You know, and it not saying like whatever, but
it's
those two that were in the match.
Wrestling.
You know, every time they were in the ring together, they knew how to make it work.
Because those were best friends in real life. Those two were actual best friends even before the company. So
now, let me ask you a question.
They knew each other like books.
When he decided at that time in DX, he decided, okay, you know what, this is it for me.
Like he attacked him with a sledgehammer after the match.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. You know, it was part of it, but still. You know, he still did a hell of a job. It was a great match.
It was a bloody match.
And it said the sledgehammer spot of the back of the neck
looked legit. It did look legit. I'm not gonna lie. First watching it, I knew it was kind of a act.
But Triple H knew. Triple H knew how to
handle it.
He knew where to hit because hey, he's a professional.
Exactly.
Shawn Michaels wouldn't trust him.
Triple H is one of one of the safest wrestlers.
And it's something like that when you see Triple H, he in Tough Enough one time, he chewed up the freaking these kids that wanted to be wrestlers because they couldn't take a bump for the life of them.
And he just did a bump and got right back up. He said,
if you would have took a jab like that, a bump, I would tag you for real in the damn ring.
Yeah.
I would punch the shit out of you in the ring for real.
Yeah.
Because you have to trust your opponent.
You do.
I got his autograph with Stephanie McMahon at the LGA LaGuardia Airport. Little after Batista beat him for the World Heavyweight. That's nice. That's nice, man. If he was nice enough to... excuse me, I'm sorry, but yeah, this chair is really killing me. If he was able to do that, that's nice of him, man. He said his hand is always over the end of the hammer. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
We're getting Triple H on the interview 2025. Watch.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm gonna work on it.
We're getting Triple H on the interview 2025.
I'm gonna mail him. I'm gonna mail him a letter. WWE.
Triple H, we'll get on the show.
He was gonna get his shoes shine. He was gonna get his shoes shine. So with Triple H, you know that he had an amazing rivalry with Shawn Michaels.
Love when he told the guy his balls was hanging out. He did.
He did. When the guy did the back slam,
he did.
He said, "Yo, just for future reference, said one of your balls is hanging out of your pants." Like you gotta be ready for shit like that. You gotta be ready to take bumps in the ring and know what you're doing.
And you gotta,
you know
like you said, you gotta trust your opponent. If your opponent is doing bad, then that's gonna mess up the whole.
All right,
match.
so let me ask you a question. In your opinion, who do you think were the top 5 rivalries of Triple H, and what rivalry you didn't like?
What rivalry I didn't like? My favorites were The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Stone Cold, and probably Randy Orton.
Okay, why?
For one, they were just all. That's what, or I wouldn't really say that's what everyone thinks of, but this was also like around the times where like Triple H was like, I can't really say in his prime, but a lot of these matches and a lot of these rivalries had things to do with around the time where he was rising. For example, him and Randy Orton after Randy Orton got betrayed by Evolution. Shawn Michaels after his first return. Undertaker, those two have had rivalries for years and years and years going down. That's one of the only people that can go toe to toe with the Undertaker, and the Undertaker's a legend.
So what do you think? What did you think about the Randy Orton? Okay, James says The Rock, Austin, Orton, Taker, and Owen Hart. Okay, Owen Hart is an interesting one because those two goes back for a while. Vince McMahon, I don't know about McMahon. McMahon and him didn't really.
I can't really say that I
do much.
That I dislike the rivalry from.
I would say between him and The Rock. I think him and The Rock have a very hefty rivalry because this goes back to when he was up and coming in DX and won the Intercontinental title against The Rock at SummerSlam.
That's true.
And then leading up to many world title matches. The McMahon Helmsley regime, that when Stone Cold was out, they had to do something. They had an ultimate heel against an ultimate face, which at that time was The Rock. So they killed this man. Like, they put him through hell.
They did.
But he eventually won the title.
Like you said, he got through it though.
He won the title.
Got through it.
And it was just a back and forth between those two.
To be honest, if I really wanted to see one last match, I'd like to see him fight Cody, especially after Cody smashed the throne with the sledgehammer.
Yes.
The torch.
Yes.
If only, man. I feel like there's still a way to pass the torch over.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't have not been surprised if that was actually in the works. If Triple H would have gotten sick.
I feel like if it was definite. I feel like it was in the works a long time ago. I feel like that was a big what if match. That's one of the.
No, but let me ask you a question. Wait, let me ask you guys a question. With him smashing the throne, what do you guys think that signified, in your opinion?
That. Basically, like that AEW was coming. That he thought AEW was gonna be more superior over WWE. And I don't mean to say nothing, but hey, look at Cody now. He's the same person that he was banging on the throne. He's in their company.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He did a business move because he had faith in the owner, but the owner, unfortunately, he screwed up. He was so all about money. He doesn't know about wrestling. No, I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
Triple H was a true part of WWE evolution from the golden eras. Yeah.
Yes.
Dang, that comment's coming fast.
Yeah, they come
Smashing the throne means war. Exactly. You're smashing a king's throne. That means war. Yeah. You're trying to start war.
Trying to start a war.
Cody smashing the throne was to symbolize he was free.
All right. So he brought the war to him.
I'm about to say, honestly,
let me ask you a question, though.
That could really mean a lot of things.
No. But let me ask you a question. It may mean war. But what if it was decoy?
What do you mean decoy?
Pretty much him spreading his wings, getting all the information he can from AEW, wrestling, making his money, and eventually you get that call, son, it's time to come home. What you know?
I don't know, because Triple H wasn't in control at the time, though. I'm not going for it.
Cody was the next big thing, and he said that he's going to come for his throne.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I'm not going for it. I don't believe.
Dave Biddle says Triple H versus Sting was disappointing. I agree.
What are you, Cody versus? You said Sting.
It says here. Dave Biddle says Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania was disappointing, and DX versus NWO run-ins at Mania was too much and took away from the match.
Yeah.
From a Attitude Era guy, I enjoyed it to a point.
I'm about to say it started getting too much. At a point,
in my opinion, Sting should have won that
Triple
match.
H versus Sting made no sense.
Triple H should have won that match.
It really didn't.
But you know why that match happened?
Why did it?
Because The Undertaker and Sting didn't have it.
Oh, okay, so they chose.
No, I agree. Like to an extent, I agree with it because it was too much. Like it took away from the match.
Yeah.
But Sting should have won that match. You debut him to have him lose his first match.
Yeah,
that made no sense to me.
That's ridiculous.
And I know that was all Vince.
Of course,
I know that was all Vince because that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Vince wanted to buy WCW
more. Like they said, the run-in should have never happened.
Should have never happened. No.
DX versus NWO too late should have been in the long time ago. Honestly,
I feel like
exactly.
I feel like
when
they
DX went to WCW, when they went and they got lucky. WWE got lucky when DX went to WCW, when they went to their driveway, invaded WCW. WWE didn't open up that gate. If WCW didn't open up that gate, if WCW did not open up that, it did open up that gate, that would have been bad for WWE.
Oh yeah.
Yep, exactly. I just said it. DX showing up to WCW. Remember, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they would have been in. Yeah,
they would have been in trouble.
That would have been
because
bad.
that would have been, oh shit, all right, they coming here. Now you on our show now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fred, what's going on, man? He said Nash said when that happened, he tried to meet them at the gate. Exactly. But they said no. They were telling Homeboy, open up the damn door. And he was like, no, I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Triple H versus Sting should have ended the clique standing tall. DX and NWO members back together. That's true.
That is true, yeah.
You know, but like I said, at that time, it was toxic due to Vince McMahon because he didn't know what the hell he was doing because he was losing his touch already.
He was losing his mind.
Because every single Monday Night Raw, every single SmackDown was
tacky.
That I stopped watching wrestling after a while.
So did I.
Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, oh, man, like... Let me go back to watching Peacock and watching the Attitude Era.
It was bad, yeah. I'm about to say, let me go back to the old things because this was just...
No, I didn't like it.
It was not it.
So...
This ain't it, Chief.
But, in your opinion, Jay...
Yeah?
What was Triple H's fondest moment? Like, the most exciting moment that you've ever seen?
I can't really say it's a fonding moment, but I feel like it's the most memorable moment to me, and it was the end of the era match with The Undertaker at Hell in a Cell, or not at Hell in a Cell, at WrestleMania.
Hell in a Cell, WrestleMania,
Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. That was my most fond moment for Triple H because, you know, after all those years with him and Undertaker having a rivalry, you know, they both decided to help each other out. You know, Undertaker raised his fist, and it was the ending of an era.
The founder of NXT as well. So, the founder of NXT.
I feel like that was that's probably like my most memorable moment of Triple H when that happened. That was my... I can't, like, it's not a hype moment, but it's like, you know, it's like an end of an era. You know what I'm saying? After all those years, those guys had... The match was amazing, too, by the way. The match was... For guys like that age, they took a beating, and that was a match.
Like,
even,
wowzers.
Man, that match was amazing. That match was super duper awesome.
Like, I don't understand, like... I still don't understand to this day why... He made Sting lose, but I understand. You know, it's business. You know, business happens. He said, me honestly was finally becoming WWF champion after everything had happened to his career and finally had his chance. I agree. Because he went through a lot of shit because of that curtain call. That curtain call really tore up his career. It really screwed him up.
Running NXT like an indie company.
Listen, Triple H has done a lot for NXT. Yeah. The stars that he built up, the stars that he made, like the Seth Rollins, the Baileys, the Roman Reigns, and all these people.
I'm about to say, if anything, you could honestly say Triple H made Seth. Like, he made Seth Rollins, like the single wrestler. He made him. After he joined the Authority, Seth Rollins' career skyrocketed after that.
Of course.
Triple H was really the madness behind that.
Of course. Brian says his return from his injuries have been memorable for me when he took his jacket off and went toe-to-toe with Angle. He was jacked as fuck.
He was.
No, but you want to know something funny, though? That for that match...
hold on, fans. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom.
Oh, Lord. He couldn't do that during the show.
Sorry.
When he came back, there was a funny thing that with Triple H, he said that if he would get a pop, he would be face. If he would get booed, someone else would have came out, and it was supposed to be Kurt Angle that came out, and I forgot who else. He was supposed to come out and face him. He said, "Wash your hands, Jay. Laughing my ass off." Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. And I did wash my hands for your information.
He said, "I believe why Sting didn't win because he wasn't WWF homemade." That doesn't mean shit. To me, in my opinion, that doesn't mean shit. For the simple fact, I say that because Vern Gagne got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Excellent talent.
Yeah.
Excellent promoter at a point. But was never WWF.
Yeah, I don't...
in my opinion.
Triple H versus AJ was a match I wanted to see.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of them, man. A lot of them that were out there, man. That it sucked that he had to go through that sickness, which to me, you know, he got his dues. You know, he is now the COO. He said, what was his worst match?
That's a good question.
I would have to say,
honestly, that's a good question.
The Hog match with Henry Godwinn.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pool of mud. A mud match.
Yeah, the match is disgusting.
It was disgusting. He had a feud with Duke the Dumpster Droese that he had garbage thrown in him.
Yeah.
He paid the price for a long
He stunk
time.
very bad
I
after
mean,
that.
like...
Against the Warrior was his worst. That was another
that
match.
was...
That match
that was terrible. Like, Warrior... Like, come on, man. They gave the man... I understand you were a top star in the 90s, you know, early 80s, mid 90s.
I mean, let's be honest, though, Ultimate Warrior could not wrestle for the life of him. He was just like really, no disrespect to the man, because you know he was more so like a hype man. Like he was once everybody heard his music, everybody got hyped. But at least in my opinion, I really didn't care for him as a wrestler. Like when he got hype and everything, I was like, yeah, you know, it's turn up time, because you know everybody likes seeing the Ultimate Warrior come out, but he was.
Bradley says, what about when him versus Shawn doing the DX early and they had a funny match pole of doom? What?
A pole of doom.
Poke of doom.
The poke of doom.
No, that wasn't. Oh yes, I remember on Christmas Day. I think it was somewhere around Christmas Eve, something like that. It was a match between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Triple H was Shawn Michaels was the European champion and the WWF champion. And Sergeant Slaughter said, "Okay, you two are gonna fight now." And then they played it off. They played it off. Let me see if I can find it. They played it off, and Triple H pinned Shawn Michaels, and he won the European title to keep the titles in DX. Let me see.
That's ridiculous.
Let me see. That shit was funny, and that was when the Attitude Era was at full circle, and it was just funny. That shit was funny as hell.
That is crazy.
I'm like, oh shit, like, like you look at it. I hate when ads. I can't stand ads on YouTube. I know they got to make their money, but shit,
Jesus,
like damn it. Let's see here. Alright, so you see him up there.
We don't own
copyrights to this, any of this. You see them circling. I don't know if you saw this before. First, they were arguing with each other. They made it seem like they were going to go at it with each other. It was fun. And you hear Jim Cornette, you know, with Mr. Jim Cornette there. He said, remember when they had strip poker, and they had strip poker in the ring? All three of them.
Oh my God.
On Monday Night Raw.
Jesus.
Alright, come on. Let's see this. Let's fast forward it. Alright, here we go. Hold on, it's gonna get there. Hold on. Alright, here we go. Ready? Look at this. Boom. Look at that. You see that, right? Look at that. What the? He's running back and forth like he's the Ultimate Warrior. Like, yo, are you kidding me? Look at this. He's still going. What is going on? And splash, look at 2, 3, look at that, boom. It was a rib. Oh man, no, that's what I said. His worst feud was with Henry Godwinn.
Oh God. Wearing police face masks because of Sergeant Slaughter spitting in their face.
And then look at this now. Look what he does to Sergeant Slaughter. This is how bad the Attitude Era was. Let me see. This was terrible. Like there was a lot of people not liking this at that time. Bret Hart was one of them. All the crotch. He said, "I love to watch Raw when HBK and Triple H were in the early DX days. They wore glasses and wipers." When Shawn just started spoke to him. Listen. Look at. They did it. Jeez, they did it. They did it.
Oh my god.
And that's what Triple H brought to the business. He knew what to do. They knew what to do, which to me, I'm going to say his fondest moment was becoming the WWE Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
He deserved it. He owned it. He said, "Have I mentioned the program where Batista gave me what I want, Triple H's last Mania?" That was a good match.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to say for that being his last match, that was a good match. Yeah,
and he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be there, and he deserves to be the COO and running this company right now. Because he knows business. He knows what's good for business. And ever since he took over, that Vince McMahon is no longer in damn control. Has been amazing. It has been amazing to watch. And I don't miss a Monday Night Raw. I don't miss a SmackDown anymore. Like I'm back on it. Like. Zzz. But thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us. Our time is up tonight. Another great show, as always. The history of Triple H. I know last week we had mentioned that we were originally going to talk about the titles, so wrestling titles. But we mentioned with everything going on with WWE right now, with Triple H and The Rock. Remember that pedigree that he did to Marty Gardner? Marty Gardner. Who's Marty Gardner? Let me see here. Pedigree to Marty. But I hope.
Having trouble here?
Yes, I'm having trouble. Leave me alone, sir. Keep talking to the fans. Thank you. He almost killed the guy. Oh, yes. I remember. I remember this one. Dude almost broke his neck.
Yeah.
He landed on his head first. I'm like,
I mean, but why did he land like that? The pedigree is an easy move to land on.
Well, not for everybody. Not for everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
how
you gotta
hard
be
is it
precise.
to just keep your head flat?
Not everybody's that good trained.
Why are you gonna bend your head? Why are you gonna
Jay,
bend your
he's not everybody's trained like that, unfortunately. But Triple H, well, thank God he didn't kill him. But yes, Triple H definitely made WWE watchable again. Definitely. So thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us. Next week for sure, I guarantee you, we will be talking about pro wrestling titles. Who held them? Which organization? New Japan, from the Great Muta to Masahiro Chono to Antonio Inoki, WCW to Ric Flair, Barry Windham, who else? Dusty Rhodes,
everybody,
WWF, Hulk Hogan, Warrior, everybody, TNA, AEW, Cody, whatever, don't matter. Everything. The Intercontinental Championship, you had the Macho Man, oh yeah, brother, dig it. Ricky Steamboat, Tito Santana, Great Valentine, U.S. title, like this goes on and on, man. But we're definitely talking about that next week. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Sorry, I know it took us a long time, but it was a lot of research we had to go through. We are going to talk about that next week. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X as well. Please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share our content all over social media. Thank you, wrestling fans, for watching. For myself, Louis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
And Jay, the heel kid of Pro Wrestling.
And from my lovely wife and producer, Yesenia. Thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us. See you next week. Thank you so much. And the pleasure is all yours.